Hiring a CRM admin to optimize email workflows. Why fighting the CRM is a workflow problem, not a rep problem. When your team says they spend more time updating the CRM than talking to prospects, that's not complaining. It's a signal that your system is under-owned. Salesforce has reported reps spending as little as 28% of their week actually selling, and roughly 34% in earlier benchmarks, with the rest going to tasks like data entry and internal work. That time tax is especially brutal in Outbound. The moment SDRs have to manually clean lists, chase missing fields, or fix broken sequences, your pipeline slows down, and your best reps start operating like part-time data clerks. If Outbound is a core growth lever, whether you run it in-house or with an outsourced sales team, you need the CRM to behave like an execution engine, not a reporting obligation. This is where a dedicated CRM admin changes the game. Done right, they don't support the tool. They design the system that makes selling easier. Clean data, reliable routing, standardized sequences, and email workflows that move prospects to conversations with minimal rep friction. The hidden revenue leak, data decay, and manual follow-up. If you're scaling Outbound, your contact database is deteriorating faster than most teams are willing to admit. Research frequently cited in B2B data quality work shows B2B contact data decays around 2.1% per month, about 22.5% annually, and under certain conditions can spike as high as 70.3% in a year. Bad data doesn't just create bounce backs and wrong titles. It compounds into wasted SDR cycles, damaged deliverability, and broken personalization. Gartner has also estimated poor data quality costs organizations $12.9 million per year on average, which is exactly why "we'll clean it up later" turns into an expensive habit. The practical takeaway is simple. Automation without data discipline scales the wrong thing. When sequences pull stale fields, route leads to the wrong owner, or keep emailing someone after they replied, your outbound motion becomes noisy, and noise is the fastest way to lose trust with buyers and your own reps. Reframing the role. Treat the CRM admin as revenue ops, not IT. A modern CRM admin for Outbound should be treated like revenue operations with a quota-adjacent mandate. If they sit in IT and only show up when something breaks, they'll optimize for tickets, permissions, and system uptime, not meetings booked or admin time reduced. In Outbound-heavy teams, we want the roadmap to read like a revenue plan. Fewer bounces, faster routing, cleaner attribution, and higher reply-to-meeting conversion. This matters because the upside of CRM done well is real. Nucleus Research has reported CRM returns averaging $8.71 for every $1 invested. But that ROI doesn't appear automatically after you buy licenses. It shows up when someone owns adoption, governance, and workflows end-to-end. End-to-end. It also protects you from the classic shelfware outcome. Many sources cite high failure rates for CRM initiatives when strategy and adoption are weak, often ranging up to 70% of projects missing expectations. A CRM admin focused on outbound execution is one of the cleanest ways to land on the right side of that outcome. Start with one golden path outbound motion, then automate it. Before anyone builds 20 workflows, define one standard outbound golden path for your primary ICP. Where leads come from, how they're enriched, how they're routed, which statuses are allowed, and what sequence/cadence is considered default. The goal is consistency, because complexity is easy, but consistent execution across a team is hard. Then, design email workflows around responses, not just sends. Your CRM admin should ensure replies are logged, sequences pause automatically when meetings are booked, follow-up tasks are created based on engagement, and duplicates don't result in duplicate outreach. This is also where you avoid a common mistake, over-automating before fixing data quality. If your records are stale, automation just helps you send bad emails faster. To make the role immediately productive, we recommend giving the hire a clear 90-day build plan that starts with data governance and ends with measurable pipeline outcomes. Below is a simple roadmap we've seen work well in outbound teams. A great CRM admin doesn't make your CRM prettier, they make your outbound motion repeatable, measurable, and hard to break. Email automation is table stakes, but ownership is the differentiator. Email automation is no longer optional. Industry benchmarks regularly show that roughly 63% of marketers use automation for email, and the value is material. Campaign Monitor has published data showing automated emails can generate 320% more revenue than non-automated emails. For outbound teams, that doesn't mean blast more. It means create reliable, segmented workflows that are triggered by the right events and protected by the right guardrails: suppression lists, throttling, reply handling, and clean segmentation. Your CRM admin should be the person maintaining those guardrails so your deliverability doesn't erode as volume scales. This is also where measurement discipline matters. Opens are increasingly noisy, so your admin should optimize around reply rate, meetings per 1,000 contacts, list to opportunity conversion, and time saved. In other words, email workflows should exist to create qualified conversations, not inflate dashboards. Common mistakes that break outbound and how a CRM admin prevents them. One of the most common mistakes is hiring a generic systems admin who doesn't understand sales development. They can keep fields tidy, but they won't build workflows that match how SDRs actually prospect and follow up. The fix is to hire or train someone who has lived in outbound, cadences, deliverability basics, segmentation, and what it takes to hand off a booked meeting cleanly. Another classic failure mode is letting every rep build their own fields, statuses, and sequences. That turns your CRM into a Frankenstack where reporting breaks and ramp time explodes. A CRM admin prevents this by standardizing core objects, locking down pick lists where appropriate, and offering reusable sequence templates that still allow controlled experimentation. Finally, teams often judge success on opens alone, which can push you toward gimmicks and away from pipeline. A CRM admin should instrument the full response path, logging replies, pausing sequences on engagement, routing hand raisers quickly, and tying every workflow back to meetings and opportunities. That's how you keep automation honest. How to operationalize data hygiene as a daily habit. Data hygiene can't be a quarterly cleanup project because decay is continuous. If contact records decay 2.1% monthly in many B2B datasets, waiting 90 days guarantees you're automating on a compromised foundation. The CRM admin should implement validation rules, automated deduplication, enrichment workflows, and weekly data health dashboards so problems are caught early. This is also where your outbound tooling stack needs to behave like one system. Your dialer, email sequencing tool, and calendar booking flow should sync dispositions, replies, and meetings back into the CRM automatically. Whether you're running an internal SDR pod or working with an outbound sales agency, this integration layer is what makes reporting trustworthy and coaching actionable. At SalesHive, we see this firsthand when teams pair internal RevOps ownership with a specialized cold email agency or cold calling agency partner. When activities and outcomes flow cleanly into the CRM, leaders can finally answer the questions that matter: which segments convert, which sequences book meetings, and where handoffs break down. Next steps: build the business case and make the hire. or assign interim ownership. If you're unsure whether you're ready to hire, start by auditing where time actually goes for 1 week. Track how much SDR and AE time is spent on CRM updates, list cleanup, manual follow-ups, and fixing sequence issues. When you translate that into recovered selling capacity against a baseline where reps may only spend 28% of the week selling, the ROI case becomes much easier to defend. If a full-time hire isn't immediate, assign interim ownership today. Put one person, typically RevOps or SalesOps, in charge of field standards, lead statuses, sequence governance, and integration hygiene, and give them authority to remove duplicates, standardize stages, and enforce naming conventions. The goal is to stop the system from degrading while you scope the real role. Once you do hire, keep the scorecard outcome-based. Bounce rate reduction, reply rate lift, meetings per 1,000 contacts, list to opportunity conversion, and rep admin time reduced. And if you also use sales outsourcing, like an outsourced sales team running cold calling services alongside email, make the CRM admin the owner of the integration layer, so performance is measurable across every channel.